There's a darkness that lurks beneath the surface of every so-called relationship. A darkness we are often too afraid to acknowledge, too naive to confront, and too broken to escape. It is the kind of darkness that hides behind the words, "I love you," "I care about you," or "you're my friend." These words, sweet and comforting, are the very weapons used to deceive you, to manipulate you, and to tear you apart from the inside out. Because in the end, they don't care about you. They care about what you can do for them, how you make them feel, what you can give them in return for their empty promises. This truth is the hardest pill to swallow, the one that will burn your throat as you choke on the realization that the people you've trusted the most, the ones who were supposed to protect you, love you, and help you grow, are the ones who have used you from the start, the ones who've bled you dry, emotionally and physically, while pretending to be the ones who would stand by you. But they never stood by you, did they? You believed that your friends would catch you when you fell, that your family would always have your back no matter what, that the person you loved would never leave you stranded in the darkness of your own fears. But in reality, those same people have used your vulnerabilities, twisted your weaknesses, and turned your fears into their ammunition. And when you couldn't give them what they wanted anymore, when you were empty, broken, and lost, they walked away without a second thought, leaving you to pick up the shattered pieces of your heart. How many times have you been there for someone, pouring your soul into them while they gave you nothing in return? How many nights have you stayed awake, trying to understand what went wrong, while they slept soundly, untouched by the wreckage they left behind? How many times did you give and give, only to realize that they weren't interested in you as a person, but in what you could offer them? In the end, you were just a tool to them. You were never truly a friend. You were never truly a family member. You were never truly loved. This is the brutal truth of relationships. They're all transactions. You give, they take. They never give back. They don't care about your heart, your soul, or your dreams. They care about how you serve them, how you make them feel powerful, how you keep them from facing their own loneliness or insecurity. Once you stop serving their needs, once you stop being the person they want you to be, you become invisible. And when you're invisible, you're nothing. They don't need you anymore. You become disposable. The unseen emotional manipulation. Emotional manipulation is a subtle weapon. It doesn't come with a warning. It doesn't have flashing red lights to tell you that something's wrong. It seeps into your mind like poison in water until you can no longer tell what's real and what's a lie. Your emotions, your vulnerabilities, your very sense of self, these are the tools used against you. And it's so cleverly done that you never see it coming. Think about all the times someone made you feel guilty for something that wasn't your fault. The moments when your own emotions were twisted and turned into weapons that were used to control you. You felt guilty for being sad, guilty for being angry, guilty for needing space, as if you owed them something for being human. But in reality, they were never concerned about your well-being. They didn't care that you were hurting. They just cared about how your pain served their narrative. Every time you needed someone to lean on, they made you feel like you were too much to handle, too demanding, too sensitive. It's always your fault, isn't it? You're the one who's broken. You're the one who's too needy. You're the one who's too much to deal with. And in the end, you start to believe it. You start to believe that you are the problem, that you are too much, that you don't deserve love or care or attention. You begin to doubt yourself. And all of this self-doubt, this guilt, this constant questioning of your worth, is exactly what they wanted. They want you to need them, to feel that you cannot live without them. Because as long as they keep you in that state of emotional dependence, they have power over you. They have control. You are theirs to manipulate. You are their entertainment. Now, imagine this. You are not a friend. You are not a partner. You are not a family member. You are a show. You are the entertainment in someone else's miserable life. They watch you struggle. They watch you hurt, and it feeds their ego. Because as long as you're hurting, they are winning. Your pain is their pleasure. Your suffering gives them control. Every time you break down, every time you cry, every time you give in to their emotional blackmail, they smile inside. They feel powerful. They know you will always come back, but they never care about you. They don't care about how much it hurts when they push you to the edge. They don't care about the weight you carry, the scars you hide, or the quiet cries that go unheard. They just need you to stay broken, because as long as you're broken, you are theirs. You are their entertainment, and they'll keep watching, enjoying every moment of your struggle until you're completely drained of everything that made you who you are, the transactional nature of everything. The reality is that all relationships are transactional, whether it's friendship, family, or romance. The people around you are not there because they love you. They are there because they need something from you. Your love, your attention, your time, your support, it's all part of a transaction. They are not concerned about your well-being. They are only concerned about what they can get out of you. Think about your family. Your parents might say they love you, but how many times have they used you as an emotional crutch? How many times have they demanded your loyalty, your obedience, your sacrifices, without ever giving anything back? They don't care about your happiness. They care about their own image, about making sure you don't stray too far from the mold they've created for you. You are their tool, their instrument to keep up appearances, to make them look like the perfect family. When you stop conforming to their expectations, you become a disappointment, a burden. You are only valuable as long as you meet their needs. And then, there's your friends. They act like they care, but how many times have they disappeared when you needed them most? How many times have they taken from you, asked for favors, drained your energy, and then turned their backs when you asked for the same? They don't care about you. They care about what you can do for them. They need your attention, your support, your love. But when the tables are turned, they are nowhere to be found. You are just a tool for them to use, a source of validation, someone to make them feel better about their own emptiness. And then there's love. Love is the cruelest of all. Romantic partners don't love you for who you are. They love what you can give them. They love how you make them feel, how you boost their ego, how you fill their loneliness. When you stop serving their needs, when you stop making them feel good about themselves, they will discard you. They will walk away, leaving you with nothing but a broken heart and shattered sense of self-worth. You are never enough. You are only enough as long as you are providing for them. The empty cycle of abuse and betrayal. The most painful truth of all is this: you knew it all along. Deep down, you've always known that something was wrong. You've always felt it. The emptiness in their words, the coldness in their touch, the selfishness in their actions. But you've ignored it. You've convinced yourself that things will get better, that they will change, that one day they will see your worth. But they won't. They never will. You are not a priority. You are not a person they care about. You are just a resource, a tool, a means to an end. And the more you give, the more they take, and the emptier you feel. This is the painful, uncomfortable, brutal truth that no one wants to face. Most relationships are nothing more than selfish, toxic cycles of use and manipulation. People will take and take until there's nothing left of you. They will drain your energy, crush your spirit, and leave you broken. and when they are done with you, they will move on to the next person who can serve their needs. But here's the hardest truth. You allowed it to happen. You stayed. You kept giving. You kept hoping. You kept believing. And now, you're lost in a cycle of emotional abuse that you don't know how to escape from. But you can escape. You don't need these people. You don't need the manipulation, the abuse, the emptiness. You need to see them for who they are. And once you see them, once you realize that you are enough by yourself, you will be free. This is the brutal, painful truth, the one no one wants to hear, the truth that will set you free.